screen is kind of hard on the eyes, of course. You're not supposed to sit next to these things and stick your head and look at lettering the size of salt grains. I'm happy to be getting around to getting to go to sleep here. I still have my jack-o'-lantern in the background, but becoming realized of being realized. That's where I'm at, and probably humanity too. They're like, wait a minute, I knew the whole time. I mean, I'm now the whole time. What the hell? And so that's the reason for the strange, just kind of looking and being, and thanks to Neptune, you know, Neptune getting closer to my Venus. Yeah, it's like when Neptune goes over my ascendant. I'm gonna do it right. I have no choice really. You know, I'm kind of geared up for just becoming I call it becoming a cartoon character, but it's not like, you know, the lowest of low kind of things thing. It's more like pardon me while I pick my nose. It's more like Pluto. Pluto there, and what else? You know, we have a lot of excuses for our ruining the moment or whatever. You know, Aries could, particularly the Aries rising, might be known to ruin the moment a little bit. You know, with their they kind of taste to be like I guess it's rude is the word, but uh, and it's not malicious. It's more just like this problem that they have. You know, gosh, I went over here, but I was trying to. Well, when Neptune goes into Aries, let's talk about that. Into Aries, Neptune will be by 2026. Big change in I would say how that the very mediums like screens, see it rules the TV set, and it's called a medium that transfer images into your mind and into illumination through sounds and stuff. The whole phenomenon of the lights and the way it's transmitting, it's very, very mystical. Might connect it to how that reality is rendering up. I've talked about it before. And then we have Neptune, yes, that rules. It's pointing at water. Everybody knows that, Neptune and water. And so this is the like, you know, an awakening happening for everybody, and it just happens to go over my ascendant. And you know, I'd rather lean into my spiritual life, which can be communicated through the arts, and probably just who I am. Just that's the thing, is it's going over my ascendant of my birth chart, which is like this was um, prescribed, I guess, or preordained, or you know, pre planned by the very hand of God. You can see that's what astrology kind of points at, and it says, now, if you work this right, there's many spectrums to notice, you know, includes just a flat line. You can just sit in a box and not work your astrology chart or anything at all. But you can point out how, you can, well, you know, that's true. I mean, less and less, more alive that you are, then nothing applies to you as far as this experience now. And might not even be watching this video. But yeah, I need to get some sleep. Um, the Scorpio planets, it's always points at transformation, and we've had a lot of Scorpio, the Scorpio eclipse and Taurus eclipse that points at the transformation times, and um, having to think about our wealth, what's valuable there, like what are we valuable, what's valued really. I was thinking tonight, well, it's obvious that whatever controls money puts the value on things, and like I was going to say, just money has is what puts value on things. Money is what puts value on things. So it's not necessarily what is actually valuable to me or you if you're listening to this as a human being. It's what money wants to make valuable, and that's just, it could be just the suggestion really. It says that says that really just wants control of your body. Let's say that. So by the time I mean, you'll probably never figure out that the reason why now you're staggering around with bodily issues and going to a hospital and checking in there, and they're keeping records and all this stuff, is because you were sucked into their value system, which is that money orientated suggestion that might have said to do it a certain way, and it's actually the enemy teaching you how to uh, give your life away to them, like, their body. God, this is another Halloween video? Not just the medical system, it's pretty much everything out there, babes. You wouldn't believe it. And it's like, well, why, Shana? Why is that? How could that be? It's like, well, if you really want to answer that question, look at who it is that wants the human organism on teetering on awakening. It just can't be its fullest potential, because there is an overwhelming task to rise above the deception and that the fear, uh, you know, whatever things it can get away with, um, killing things and strong arming things into place. You know, is that always going to be something? The big black boot is what they're saying. Well, it really depends on how sovereign we get, how much we become realized of being realized. Let's say, not even that really. It's a lot more complex, unfortunately. There's a lot to learn and become more mature. It's becoming more mature. There's an extremely immature population. To the left of me, to the right, front and center. Unfortunately, they have money. And when I say immature, the only thing I mean is spiritually. Spiritually, from there, if there isn't that foundation, then whatever builds on top, whatever is there as a structure and a celebrating thing, you kind of go deep. It's not very deep. It's not gonna. It doesn't have a good grip on reality. And who I am, what I am, just kind of an accident, having gone this way of living in the mountains. And not only that, but um, really just being in the mountains and simple, living my dream, I guess, the fantasy world, I guess. But no, it's what I'm supposed to do. It's a glimpse of something very unique that I would love to be able to write a book about my life. I mean, it's still going, you know. I mean, uh, results of which, you know, that's why I need to write a book. But we're just getting to the good part, and the thing is, you want to remain undistracted. You want that this world is set up to distract you away, like I said, really knowing. And then what you're supposed to do here, I keep fucking looping. And this is good. Hi Christ, is this the loop? Yes, tell them how that history repeats itself. Yeah, and here, come here, I'll tell you. Ah! I haven't done that in a long time. Why history repeats itself is because you have a narcissist over there fucking looping around in memory that's not even theirs. To tell you the truth, if we're talking about the programming that can go on, that has gone on. Anyway, now that I mentioned narcissist, I'm just going to say this is about narcissism. There's a lot to talk about, and we're going to continue to try to talk about it, unfortunately.